Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the TWP Season 2! As always, we're here, we're back, and ready to give you all the action that you need. That's, you know what? Let's get the boys in here. It's actually for the first time we actually were all together at once with no one being late. Paul. So, let's enjoy this and have a good show. First up, let's bring in the man who's always here, who still has a perfect attendance on this show, Biohazard. What's up, Bio?
What's up, James Black? God, it feels good to be fucking back.
Oh, I
Oh,
know. And trust me, plus we're kind of rubbing some blame, unfortunately, right now for season two. And the man who's that for his comes back for from season one, been late, but always made an appearance on the show, and he is home right now, recovering, and he doesn't care. He even said we were going to give him a chance to recover, but hey, he said it's no game. I'm going to be there. Paul, what's up,
What's
Paul?
going on? What's going on, fellas?
what's up, bro?
Getting better every day.
And you notice he lost the long hair. He's not representing Philly Jesus no more.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we are back. Like I said, we're back. We're better than ever. This is, like I said, season two. Sorry for some haters out there, but it's season two, ready to roll. So, fellas, we want to talk about today since there's a lot we have to cover from day one. Even though yes, we're going backwards, we will be covering some stuff from day one if we want to. And plus, we have the Royal Rumble coming up, and we have a couple of things that's been going on secretly that that some people are seeing on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So I'm going to say this. I'll give it to Biohazard to pick the first topic on this one.
Well, right now, the biggest topic that I've been saying and hearing about is Cody Rhodes. What is going on with Cody Rhodes? Well, I have done some digging and researching. Not just that Cody Rhodes' contract is up as a wrestler, but his contract's also up as CEO
True.
as well. But also, where does that leave Brandy? Because Brandy also signed at the same time. Now, with that, where does that leave Dustin? But a lot of talks are talking about Cody Rhodes making an appearance in the Rumble. To be honest, I don't see Cody doing that because of how much hard work he just put in to come to where he is now. And for him to go back to the WWE is like smacking everybody else in the face.
Right.
But I don't see Cody actually going and it's back to the WWE. WWE wasn't good for him. He was breaded, but they did not care. Now, is he going to take probably time off? I don't know. But they're talking also about this forbidden door, and it might be Cody. Well, I'm going to put mine out there. It's not Cody.
Well, someone who actually just got out of rehab is John Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
There's also rumors going around that he might pop in that forbidden door at Rumble.
There was talks about that, but Moxley confirmed that he would never go back to the WWE after what they done to him.
But he did say that he never is not going to let that door close. He said that in an interview with someone else a year or two after he's been out of the WWE. But he said that door is still open. He would go back, but for the right offer.
And that's the one thing right now. I don't see WWE giving him an offer that what he's not getting able to do now. I mean, he gets to able to travel, work with other promotions. With WWE, you can't do that unless
Well, I mean,
WWE is willing, and maybe it is the Forbidden Door. I'm sorry, I think it is Mickey Jane.
well,
I think Mickey Jane
speaking of
is the
that,
reason.
speaking of that, there's Sean Ross Sapp has reported that Mickie James is not under contract with TNA. That's why she can go
But
to
yeah,
the Rumble.
but here's the thing. But if she's the Impact champion, then she has to have a contract because you cannot be a free agent without a contract. Well, you could be a free agent, but if you're going to be a title holder, you need a contract.
Look at CM Punk.
He ran with it when his contract was up.
He was still champion.
But
Technically, yeah, you're right.
he was. But when he came back, he had to sign that one night deal contract. That's the same thing what AJ Styles did with TNA when he ran off the belt with Dixie Carter.
Right. But it's still a lot to think about that too, because even when he ran off with the belt, they still didn't, in the record books, they still don't have him down as the continuous champion when he was gone for what, I think about a week or two, maybe?
Thought it was a month.
Who, AJ?
No. Punk. I thought it was a month.
Yeah, Punk took off for a month.
Yeah.
Took a month off just to get himself recovery, and plus that's when he started introducing his new video, his new song, his new video, everything. But I think it's going to be. I think I can see them with the Mickie James starting off, but
Well,
I think
this is just like a
something
one-off.
more. But I think there's some. I think there's more.
I think this Mickie James thing. I really think this Mickie James thing is a one-off. Just so because like it's just like because WWE needs women for the Rumble. They need 30 women, and they don't have it. They don't want to use NXT women for some reason. They need like main. That's exactly what the word is. They do not want to use NXT women.
But that right there is going to make them want to jump ship.
Right.
These women, these guys, these men, and these women who are in NXT going through the training school and doing everything. And if you're not going to use them, they're going to eventually turn around and be like, listen, what the fuck? I'm paying this money to do all this, and you're not even going to give me an opportunity. Well, guess what? I think AEW or Impact or any other promotion will be gladly to take me.
Well,
and that's where
about a lot of things. There's one thing that I've been talking about with that. I can actually put in a lot of info on that. That there is an AEW former AEW tag team that is their contract is almost up, and they're not really happy with what AEW is doing and not using a lot of their talent. These old wrestling got all these old WWE stars and putting them in here, and they're not liking it. And their possibility could be jumping ship to WWE. There was no name of who it is, but they're already thinking about jumping ship already. So taking these guys from WWE that are coming in, it's pretty much bouncing out people for doing what they want to do with this company. So it's like what AEW is doing, what WWE is doing. They're signing the people who are not being used in WWE right and going to AEW. But AEW's guys are not getting played right, and they're going to WWE or Impact or somewhere that they're going to get used and be actually used correctly.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. Why would WWE actually use other promotions' female talent when they got their own? They got fresh blood talent of their own. So if you're going to go to another promotion and you get, I need 5 women from your company or 5 women from yours, this and this, but you got the 10 already. So pretty much what it's saying is that you're just going to be a bench warmer till whenever I feel like it.
Well, I think they don't want to use a lot of the NXT superstars because they want to get them trained up to be a main event kind of thing. They don't want to use all of them. Now that's where it doesn't make sense to me.
But see, that's the thing. To be honest, there's no and this is coming from someone who worked in the business. For you to come champion material or anything, you have to be out there doing it. If not, that's it. Sitting on the sidelines ain't going to get you nowhere. It ain't going to get you your name. You get your name. You go out, you take a loss, you take the loss. Oh, well. You go out, get tossed around. Oh, well.
Paul, we have to say.
So here's what the speculation is going into this. The reason why the WWE is talking about opening this forbidden door for the Rumble is because they need main caliber stars so they can try and bump up their ratings and fill the seats. That's why they're calling in favors.
Plus, you got to think too. They're filling up the St. Louis Dome, and mind you, that's a pretty big arena, original home of the St. Louis Rams, which are now in LA.
Which, to be honest, I get where you're coming from, Paul, with it, and I do see that, but it goes back to, again, why ain't you going to use also your talent as well? Ain't that what you're supposed to do to get them out there, to get them themselves? How can they do it if you're not going to give them that push, but you're going to use other people? Because to be honest, a lot of people ain't going to really, to be honest, want to see Mickie James, Charlotte, and all that. They want to see new. They want to see something fresh. They want to see what something else can be brought to the table that like Charlotte couldn't even bring, or Becky or something.
It's like bullshit. Why does the champion need to be in the fucking Rumble? That whole thing is bullshit. I don't agree with it.
I don't either, but they're going off of when Brock entered himself into the Rumble, and he entered himself number 1.
But why repeat it? That's
what Brock did was something completely different than what Charlotte's doing. Brock said he is doing this because he has no more competition. Period. He wants to challenge all of them. The belt's not on the line. He's just challenging all of them. What Charlotte is doing is Charlotte is saying that is if she wins, she gets to handpick her opponent. That's not how that works.
No. She should be that would have been a maybe possibility of unifying a title or actually getting a second title wrapped around your waist.
I don't know. That's exactly her words. I am doing this so I can handpick my opponent for WrestleMania.
So you can pick an opponent that's going to be the weakest fucking person in the whole entire locker room, and then all of a sudden, boom, that means you just won that match 1, 2, 3 in like, I don't know, 3 seconds?
Or they flip the fucking script.
To be honest, if that happens and Charlotte gets to pick her opponent, I'm sorry, that women's WWE title will literally be ruined. It will be tarnished. It'd be completely tarnished. Just like Roman tarnished the Universal. That Universal title don't mean shit.
Like, come on, he's now the longest reigning defending.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That was bullshit. That fucking I'm not gonna say he didn't test positive because, it is what it is. But, like the whole I'm gonna, I tested positive, then a week later come back. No, mofo. You need to be quarantined.
Listen, not even that. He's got leukemia. Someone with leukemia that that any kind of, even a common cold can kill you. You're just going to disappear. No, you ran like a little bitch because you knew Brock was going to hand you your own ass, and you just did not want to get it served.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be. So what it was supposed to be was Brock was supposed to be walking away with the Universal, and Seth was supposed to be walking away with the WWE. So now they're flip flopping it, and now Seth's going to win it at the Rumble.
Which Roman needs to lose it. I'm serious. Roman
if that's the speculation going forward.
It's just that title don't mean nothing. I'd rather see that Universal back on Brock right now, because even though Brock didn't really wrestle that much or whatever, but when it came time to put that belt on the line, he did not have a problem with it.
Like, he did a phenomenal job at the Rumble. Like, I don't think anybody was expecting that fucking performance.
I wasn't even expecting him at the Rumble to enter into the Rumble and also be entering in as number one, and for him to dominate for a while and waiting for the guys to come out, just like, come on.
Yeah, that
on.
shit was fucking hilarious.
Especially him just standing there going, really?
All right, I can catch my breath now.
But that's the thing, though. Brock, even though Brock can be arrogant, he can be an asshole, but I think the way he's going now actually fits him great.
Oh, yeah, the human Viking.
I love it. It's to be honest, it's him showing him real life self, but into Brock Lesnar's character.
Yeah.
When did you ever hear Brock talk as much as he's been doing?
When he first got in the picture without Paul. And he sucked on the mic.
But now he still sucks. But the stuff you see how he's doing it in his promos with it, it's working. It's like, yeah, I know I suck on promos, but you got the point.
Right. One thing that I had to say right off the bat is the one thing when if you guys watched it, I don't know who watched it with the AEW matchup with what's their name? The Lucha Brothers against Jurassic Express with Ray as he took that right to the table and it looked like he literally dismounted his arm in half.
All bruised muscle, no broken bones.
Yeah, it was just like only like a somewhat a dislocation. That's all they said it was.
Yeah.
And he's lucky it was that, nothing more, because you see the bend, it literally bent from here and his arm went back here.
Mm-hmm.
Even I went.
Mm-hmm. So anybody catch this week's Raw?
It was
I
shitty.
caught off on it. It was very, very
fucking snooze fest. First time I fucking watched Raw in 6 months, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
It's like one thing that I didn't like about what they like. I like how they're pushing the other some of the other stars, like they did with Dewdrop, and they're actually giving her a chance to get a title. But
I don't like her accent.
I don't like. I'm not disrespecting of having her as a champion because it shows that any woman can be champion. But Liv been working her ass off in and out all fucking year and all fucking her career to get there, and all they do is stop. No, you can't go any further.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like the fact that they fucked up. They fucked up Liv. I don't like the fact that they're fucking up Rhea again.
Yeah,
with all this bullshit of fucking.
To be honest, also I gotta say that's been getting railroaded too. Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah.
She's gotten railroaded left and right, where technically she should be the one and number one contender for that title back. But
should still be the fucking champion right now.
And to be honest, Dewdrop isn't good. Dewdrop's good, but she needs to sit back, collect some time, put some time in before she ever steps in line of a championship.
Well, did you see some of her matches in NXT UK? They were not bad. Dewdrop, yeah.
Dewdrop, I haven't seen any.
Yeah, they weren't bad. She performed very well in the UK.
For a heavy girl the way she is, she kind of floats in that ring, which is very, like I said, and I work with big guys. It's very rare that you get big guys that can actually float and move around like they're Paul size.
Like Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee. You hit that KO.
Well,
Break-
KO
The
not
Viking
anymore.
Raiders.
the original KO.
But then you got the Viking Raiders, and even look at the Street Profits.
Yeah.
God,
I
damn,
mean,
how he fucking
but
jumped that
she's
fucking
good.
high.
But right now, she's still kind of getting her feet wet into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how they're using her to help build up a story, but then it's going to get to her head too much where she's going to get cocky and it's going to fuck up her whole career.
All right, so this whole bullshit with Alexa Bliss, I have a theory behind this. Okay, y'all watched the little fucking shit that's been going on with her journey back to Raw.
Yeah, that like doing through like psychiatrists and all that.
Okay,
shit.
all right. So I feel as though that's a time that's like a time lapse. I don't think that's present. Okay, I feel like this was legit right after she lost, and that's why she's still talking about the doll and everything else like that. Then she's gonna have like a mental break, and she's gonna actually go back to the twisted bliss of old, and then she's gonna go back, and it's gonna be fighting back and forth in these segments.
So
So you
pretty
think-
much,
So you
Go ahead.
think that it's going to be almost like a Two-Face kind of situation to where that she's battling her demons of what Fiend
Like when it was before, yeah.
Fiend did, but she's trying to fight back to become the original of who she was, where that everybody loved her.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
It'd be a nice
Uh,
twist, pun intended, to it.
but actually, no, that's perfect though. Because if I was a promoter, and I mean, I already took her from Twisted Bliss and made her into that with the Fiend. So what would be the best way? Reverse the roles. The Fiend's no longer around. She don't have to worry about that spell no more, but still have her battle herself, but then eventually break from it and come back to her old self. That will be friggin' phenomenal. And I haven't seen a lot of promotions and all that, especially WWE doing that. And for them to rewind something that they already did, it's like, wait, are they waking up and realizing now, oh shit, we got to get into the 21st century. We got to get up to the program. We got to get up to date.
Even with that, the only thing is that they even set it off of on a tweet that when they watched the match with Ty Conti J versus the Bunny and
Oh my
what's her
god,
name? What's her name? Drawing a blank.
that fucking match!
What was it Chelsea Green that did that match?
I think it was.
And
Or Britt.
they said that
Or
they
Britt
don't
Baker.
think that they said that they didn't want to do anything bloody. That they're a company that doesn't believe in doing as much bloody, even though they did that all in the Attitude Era. But they're in an era that I think that won't go past being for entertainment for the adults and the children, and suitable for sponsors and any kind of station program that they were going to try and get into. But
And yet,
AEW is still getting those kind of ratings.
See, I heard the same exact thing that you just mentioned.
yeah, me too.
I just last night is what I heard about that. About talking about the blood and this and that. Well, to be honest, people, if it wasn't for the blood and us busting ourselves open or cutting ourselves, there would never have been wrestling. It was guys like us who want to be nuts and crazy and just do stupid shit, and it came into a sport.
True.
I can understand if you want to tone it down and all that is good and great, but if you're going to take that out, then you might as well take out the tables, you might as well take out the chairs, you might as well take out anything that, you know what, don't even goddamn wrestle because you're going to get hurt regardless.
I can
True.
see them just
reserving the blood for like pay-per-views and stuff like that. Like if you're doing like TV tapings or TV shows and shit like that, all right, no blood. All right, cool. That's free TV. Why are you going to use free TV for blood?
But
Pay-per-views,
once in a while on TV will help if you're coming up on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, for an example, all right, James Black, I'm coming after you. I'll bust you open then right after we got our match at the pay-per-view. That's what will help and help. Oh shit, he just busted him open, but we ain't gonna know what's gonna happen unless we watch the pay-per-view. So now
Yeah,
we gotta
well-
spend that $50 or $60 to get that pay-per-view.
Right.
But taking the blood completely out, then you might as well take out the chairs and
well, they
everything.
technically still haven't taken the blood completely out. Yeah.
Well,
But
they're
even
already
if they
talking
do,
well, they're already talking about with the Elimination Chamber going over to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. That's because they didn't have the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That's the whole reason why.
but see, that's also a good thing though. I like about it because it's something different. Even though it's just
Saudi don't give a fuck.
but it's also WWE is trying to spread out everything because Mania is right around the corner. So if they try to cram everything in these next shows and pay-per-views, then when Mania comes, they ain't gonna have a good Mania. So if they turn around and split it, which that's why Sabre is giving them enough time and window for their next pay-per-view to come up with.
Well,
Right.
I feel like that Saudi's getting another 2 extra shows. Only because they have a 10-year contract and there's supposed to be 2 shows a year. Well, these last 2 years they missed 1 show. So that either they're going to add another year or make another 2 shows up, and they're going to be 3 Saudi shows in 1 year.
Got a point. You got a point on that one. Anything can happen because you only with that doing that. Then wouldn't that actually? I know they get more money, and they even said it. What Bischoff said it. They get more money just going over to Saudi Arabia than they do in a full year.
But see, I also don't like Sabre on one thing because the guy or the king or whatever, he calls all the shots.
Yeah. And that's the unfortunate part. But unfortunately, with them wanting to do that, they are stuck with it. They're stuck where they're at. They had no way out because of the fact that they signed that 10-year contract, and they're going to be stuck going over there for the next 10 years.
Well, 5 now.
Yeah,
It's been 5 years already.
and it's going to be. It's pretty much done and sealed. There's nothing much you can do about it, unfortunately. That's the unfortunate part. There's nothing much we can do about it. But anyway, as we're going along with the show, have you seen the new the NXT with one of the characters who's always asleep?
Oh,
Yes.
God.
You know she used to be one of the zombie brides on Impact.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
She went from a zombie bride to a sleeping zombie.
A fucking sleeping teenager. Yeah, right.
It seems like what they did, like WWE did to do it that way, it's like when she was in Impact, she was a zombie. But when she finally came to and got out of her trance, she became someone else. I don't know what WWE is trying to do with this, but I got to say, she's actually really talented in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I could take it or leave it with this whole new Impact shit. I mean, I don't like Nick Khan doing fucking business where he doesn't need to be doing fucking business and letting go all Triple H's guys like William Regal and shit like that. But yeah, you go. Go ahead. Go.
No, God, no. I'll let you finish because I got something about Regal though.
There is speculation that, well, not speculation, that Billy Gunn actually trademarked the New Age Outlaws.
That I heard.
and that Road Dogg is looking to sign with AEW.
Yep. And joining
As
the
a
gun
producer.
and bringing back out the Outlaws.
Well, he said he's done with the whole. He said in ring, so he might just be doing it. Introducing his sons or whatever.
True. And well, I want to bring this up because it something came up on Facebook. Someone created, and I thought it was actually pretty cool what they did on this. And fans, listen in, comment on it, please. It'd be pretty cool to do. What do you choose? You get a red pill, and a blue pill. This is between Roman and Seth. Seth wins, and I want to say his real name with this one. Jon Moxley returns to challenge him. Roman wins, and The Fiend returns to challenge him. Which pill would you choose? That's the big question. What would you choose, Bio?
It's kind of hard. I'll take both pills.
So you wouldn't mind it having it where it wind up in a draw to where both guys got DQ and then have Moxley come out to cause a disqualification. And then all of a sudden, as Moxley's standing in the middle of the ring, it goes dark and the Fiend appears.
It's I got to see what our viewers and other people think on it first because it's hard.
It's one of the hardest ones to pick because even I like for me wise, I can't even choose on that one. Like I know I asked Britt, I asked her uncle, and for her, she even said to me, she said she would choose the blue pill. Seeing the Fiend come back. But I see Paul had to step away for a second. He had to take care of something.
I mean, I would take the blue pill to see the Fiend come back, but then I also would take the red pill to see Ambrose come back.
True. That'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting to see that. But if they did that, that would be a repeat from around the time with WWE when they did Roman versus Seth. Seth wins the title, and then Dean cashes it in, and wins the title. So either way, you're dealing with it as a 1-2 punch, no matter what. Bring him down until he gets back. But hey, anything can happen with the WWE because you don't know who's coming in and you don't know who's coming out. Because it's like we talk about that Forbidden Door. That Forbidden Door, it may be another champion coming in. It could be, who knows? Maybe AEW may allow having Adam Page come through. Maybe Impact may allow to have Moose come through.
True.
Or bring in the New Japan Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Anything.
Because anything is possible. To where with hearing a Forbidden Door, that door opens, all you're going to see is ratings on every show. And everybody's that it's going to be, as you said to me before, we talked about this in private. It will make history.
Exactly, because every company will be on one page.
You have it to where like we said, have it where fans can vote on it. To where, okay, maybe this will be a good champion, or listen to the fans say, hey, this will be a good person. This will be a good person as this champion. Then have it to where everybody can interfere with the shows where, let's say, if AEW has the pay-per-view this week, where the WWE champion and possibly maybe the AEW champion holding both titles, and they'll say, hey, both titles are on the line, or that person could say, hey, maybe we'll just put this title on the line so that we can hold our title so that we can pass that off so it can go back home.
It could go any way. I mean, I would like to see every promotion on the same page working together because you're giving fresh all around.
Right.
And to be honest, if that happens, then I say then there shouldn't be no WWE title. There should be no AEW title, nothing. If you are going to all decide to work together, then you can all create a title or create a tag titles or all that, and don't have it just brand it to whatever company, brand it to all.
Definitely. That would be one of the, actually be and that means combine all the titles together to where that get every tag team champion together and unify the titles in one. To where
exactly
having like where you'll have with WWE, since they have two titles, have one tag team unify it before they go into that kind of pay-per-view. And then you can unify every title in one. Could it be one team, one from each company representing
that new tag title? Then whoever tag team wins that, then the tag team company they're with, their tag unified titles that they did had is no longer relevant, and you got the brand new ones.
Correct. And that would happen a lot.
I mean, to be honest, it will open up the doors. It will probably get a lot more people, like me, who wants to get into the business or wants to somewhat be part of that. Where you're opening it all together, you're giving someone an opportunity now.
Right.
Like now, if WWE decides to wants to work with AEW, hey, I might got a shot to go on to get a contract with AEW, but that also leaves the door now open. Maybe I can get a good shot on WWE as well. But if they're going to just open up the forbidden door just to open it up, then reclose it again, then you're going to lose a lot of fans, and a lot of wrestling fans are going to lose interest into the wrestling all around, and it's going to kill pretty much a lot of promotions and companies.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna try to rewind the conversation to find out where I left off here. Are y'all talking about the WWE
The forbidden door?
So y'all know WWE's being sued, right?
I heard about that from MLW.
Yeah, MLW, because about this whole thing about they tried to book something or whatever about TV programming and everything else like that. WWE called them. Well, last year, the New Japan and Ring of Honor Madison Square Garden show.
Oh yeah, they try to cancel that every time it came through.
Happened the same thing, and then then they got the lawyers involved, and they're like, "Oh well, we can't technically do this."
Yeah.
So I think this is this whole forbidden door thing. I think that they're doing this to get in some people's good graces. You know
exactly. It's pretty much WWE's saying, you know what? Vince is fine. Instead of McMahon and Vince having his Kiss My Ass Club, now he's part of kissing everybody else's club.
And soon it's going to turn. It's like we said, it's probably going to turn into where every single promotion somehow, some way, like they're probably going to be working together somehow, some way. And we also, you said within the next 5 years, you probably could see it.
10.
You say 10?
Yeah.
But do you think it's the time to start it now?
Has to go. Vince has to go. Vince has to go. That's just how it is. Vince has to go. If Vince goes, then WWE could be a completely different wrestling organization.
But I even see it with once he goes. I don't think like they already tried to sell WWE to Fox, to where Fox was going to become the new owner of WWE.
And see what went wrong, and it's WWE's fault. They thought that for all these years, after buying ECW, after buying WCW, they thought that for all these years that no one, not even another promotion, will be able to step up to their league. But by them keep on going, oh, we're this, that, we could buy out anybody. Wait, you failed when you tried to buy TNA. Jeff Jarrett wasn't selling to you. After a few years of you battling back and forth with them, wow, AEW came in, and now AEW came and was born. AEW did smart. They went around before even doing any shows or anything and asking fans what they would like to see if they got a company up and running. What would their interest of coming to AEW?
True.
And with Vince not seeing that another promotion could come out of nowhere, AEW did it. Now WWE is like, oh shit, we got two options. It's we got to come up with something, or just might as well close because they got sealed.
Well, I want to bring this up because I'm looking above Paul's head. I see Taz, and speaking of Taz, notice with his son, who's in AEW, Hook, he is blowing up his popularity in the ring.
Yeah.
That kid's phenomenal.
Yeah. He definitely got his dad's chops.
He just doesn't have his build.
But that doesn't matter. He's got he without the build, he's still, no matter what, he's his father.
Yep.
He's his father in and out because his father knew how to run a ring. And he's sure hell cutting it.
Everybody's saying Hook could be the new mid-grade champion by the end of the year.
Yeah, if Sammy still holds the title for a while, he can probably take out Sammy, no problem.
I feel like Dante Martin's going to step up in the middle of the year for the TNT title, and it'll be Dante and Hook by the end of the year.
So you say by New Year's Eve, he at the New Year's Eve party, that New Year's Eve bash, he will be the new.
I feel like that. Yeah,
I can see it.
Y'all know Matt Cardona is a free agent.
Yes, and he even said that he won't go back to WWE. He won't go back to we would call AEW.
He also trashed ECW title.
Yes.
TV title.
Which to be, and if I was around, I don't give a shit who hears me. I would have smacked the living bullshit. How you going to turn around and disrespect your mother, your birth? You wouldn't got into wrestling if it wasn't for ECW. Again, if it wasn't for us guys who wanted to play stupid and do stupid shit, wrestling wouldn't be here.
My thing is, he's a deathmatch person. What the fuck are you doing? It's all about hardcore.
That's
But
what EC
I digress.
always. It's just I don't know. I really don't.
It's there's a lot. It's very confusing with a lot of them what they're trying to do, and it's like I know GCW. Okay, I had to bring it up right now because I'm talking about GCW, and then it's going to tie in with AEW automatically. With tomorrow's show, Moxley's back.
Mhm.
He makes his first appearance back on AEW for the first time in about 3-4 months?
3-4 months, something like that. Yeah.
And he's going, and now and plus Harry has going to be defending his title at the GCW next pay per view too.
Yeah. I don't know who was it for. Who was it for?
I think he's going out. I think he's going up against Homicide,
Okay.
and that's going to be a very interesting match with him coming back.
I'm waiting for Matt Cardona to actually, get a trial match in AEW. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Because GCW and AEW are, really having good relationships right now. So I'm waiting for that. Then I'm all because I think the deal between Impact and AEW is done, but I still think that the deal between New Japan and AEW is still there. They just can't travel back and forth.
Well, for a while, New Japan was actually traveling around the United States before they went back. They were actually doing different stops. They did stops some in Philly. They did some stops down in Atlantic City.
Right, and then COVID got worse.
And LA.
Then COVID got worse.
Yeah, and they traveled back to Japan.
Yeah.
And if anybody out there who is an American who's part of another company and they travel to Japan, they have to wait 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks before they even can actually compete.
Same thing with Canada.
New Japan ring.
Same thing with Canada.
And I noticed there's a lot of shows going in Canada right now, and it's scary. A lot of your fan base is like, I even said it one thing that would be big with WWE doing it again, like how they go to Saudi. Why not open the doors up again? Do what you used to do back in the aggressive era, ruthless aggression era. Go to Japan, go to China, go to Italy, go to the UK more, go to France,
why?
Germany.
Want to know why?
Why?
Because they signed that contract with Saudi. That's why they can't do it anymore.
But they can still go to UK.
But it's not even that either. It's basically what
UK's different. They've already had their dealings with UK and everything else like that. But once they signed that blood money contract, no one likes Saudi.
Right.
No one. Japan don't like Saudi. Russia don't like Saudi. No one over there likes Saudi Arabia. So once they signed that contract, they don't want nothing to do with them anymore.
Huh.
See, they already have the UK on lock because they got NXT UK over there. So they can go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I didn't think the next one's going to be to say, will AEW finally do it and maybe actually you're out from the East Coast?
Well, that's what they wanted to do. They already had shows in plans before COVID. They already had UK plans. They already had all this other plans before COVID hit. And then COVID hit, they were state bound.
Yeah, because they were going to actually do a show over in Ireland.
Yeah.
But here's the one thing. They still had, WWE has been all over across the United States. What's holding AEW for going to Milwaukee or going all the way to Chicago, going out to LA?
They're slowly doing that. That's the whole thing. You notice they're going further out. And the only reason why they're restricting themselves is because of COVID.
To be honest, it's not Tony Khan. It's the performers themselves who are calling it. And that's why Tony Khan is doing what he's doing now. And be like, all right, if you're willing to travel this far, fine. That's a closer step than what we got to. So then later on down the line, it's more and more and more.
Because
Yeah,
like,
there's-
even with
it's
we
still-
go, like,
it's still,
maybe
like-
we go out to Mexico because
There's
like, you have
still-
a lot of wrestlers there who are from Mexico.
It's AAA. I think they have they still have that working relationship with AAA because of the titles and everything else like that going back and forth. But it's Mexico. They don't give a fuck. But
They still get the
what
corona.
is it's like the reason why they're going. The reason why other people went to AEW is because they don't have a grueling touring schedule. That's the whole thing. They're not working 350 days a year and only having 10 days off.
Pretty much what they have going is they're pretty much with AEW. It's pretty much working maybe 1 to 2 shows a week. That's it.
Right. They're not doing live events and shit like that, like WWE is.
Right.
They're trying to do all their tapings in one event. Dark, Elevation,
Unless
Dynamite.
like the only thing they don't do that is depending on if they know that city is going to be a sellout, and they do 2 separate shows for Dark and
Right.
they do a combined show with Dark and Rampage, and then they do the regular Dynamite separate.
Right.
But they've been doing a lot of it at the old Impact building down in Universal for Dark.
The old Impact building. I miss it there.
And mind you, guess who's making an appearance on AEW Dark that I wasn't expecting him to be going down right away?
Who?
Adam Cole.
Baby.
He's going to be down in Dark going up against one of the guys down there.
Well, I mean, you got Dark Dark is like a developmental thing, but it's not like WWE's developmental. Like people can work on their mic skills and everything else. Like even Bryan Danielson went to Dark.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's another show. It is to work on mic skills and everything else like that. But bigger performers can go down there and help out the younger talent, like AJ did with NXT.
True. I think how it's going to look. I think it's going to be a lot. I think if we keep, I know it's one topic that keeps coming up and it's going to keep coming up until it happens is Endure. And this is going to be like the biggest talk about for everything because, okay, here's the biggest thing I'll say this because, yes, we're bringing it back up. It's kind of hard not to keep talking about it because even you guys will say it. I'll say this to you. Who would you want to bring through that Forbidden Door? And I mean anybody.
Working for what company?
Any from the indies up.
No. I meant like WWE to Forbidden Door or AEW to Forbidden Door.
AEW's theirs is mainly open, but I'm talking about WWE. From getting people from Ring of Honor, getting people from Impact, AEW, or even someone down from the below indies. And Bio, you can't say yourself. I'm sorry.
Honestly, if I really had a choice, I'd kind of want somebody who's making a name for themselves right now, Matt Cardona. But I want Matt Cardona to be Matt Cardona, not Zack Ryder.
So him being Matt Cardona as his new self, not this woo-woo toy.
If he like he could do like the woo 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 and shit like that, right? If he comes in, say at the Rumble, okay, and lights up the fucking show because of his new fame. Then he goes back to GCW, and some fans follow him from where he is. That would just make everything so much better for GCW.
True.
He's trying to help put that company on the map. You notice that?
Yeah,
He really is.
He has been, and he's been doing a lot with it. And one thing that we had to look at with that Forbidden Door, do you think with WWE, do you think they could possibly bring back hardcore to their content to where most of these other shows are hardcore or they are a PG or TV-14 kind of program?
So I feel like they could, but they'd have to rework their contracts with USA.
Okay.
So USA is probably the reason why they're still PG.
Right.
Because USA does not want to, show that stuff. Fox, on the other hand, probably will. Because they promote the UFC and everything else like that. If they're going to show hardcore on anything, it would be SmackDown before anything.
Okay.
No USA Network show. No, because USA is a family-friendly network.
Bio, what's your comments on it?
On what?
On any of it, what we're talking about,
With the Forbidden Door?
or anything,
Hardcore.
or hardcore? Would the hardcore possibly would possibly come back to WWE since a lot of the shows are TV-14?
I really don't able to see WWE able to go back into the hardcore like it was because they kind of put themselves already into the family friendly era now. So it's going to be kind of hard for them to break from. And plus, most of them guys that they have are too damn scared to go through anything.
Besides, you call maybe Breaker.
They don't really got. I don't see WWE having too many hardcore guys anymore, or who were willing to go in there and, oh, I don't give a shit. I might get my arm or that broken or this and that, but AEW and everybody else has them guys, but WWE don't. So
Well, they
if you go
lost
bring
them.
back because they weren't using them right.
Mhm.
Pretty damn much. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Or you guys have anything for any other part of the shows? Anything?
Well, we're talking about introducing something.
Why'd you drop it?
Well, fuck this shit.
Bio lost his tongue.
It'd be better for coming. You could do it better than I can.
Okay. Fans, we have come up, me and Bio has been talking about this, and Paul, I know this will be the first time for you hearing this. There's going to be a title being involved with our show. And it's going to be a title that's going to be going from any between me, Bio, and Paul. And it's going to be known as the TWP how I should say this right. Debate champion. To where it's going to be a topic of any of our fans' choices of the week, and then it's going to turn to be a once-a-month competitive title. Every month we'll have this title match to where who is the best top debater of the month of any topic, and you, the fans, will have at least 2 weeks to be able to take to actually vote to be on the safe side, because I know a lot of you have a busy schedule as everybody else. We will debut the title once we can get it in our grasp to show that it's going to be that title. And you guys will vote. We will have a poll up by the end of the show or by first thing in the morning so that you guys can vote for your champion of that topic of that debate. We're all three of us are all on it and ready to go to do it. So please stay tuned because you may get a preview glimpse of the title. Who knows? Maybe you already seen it. Maybe you haven't. But there's only 2 titles that you've seen. If it is the titles you've seen, which title is it? As now is, since we don't have many topics to talk about and everything else, I want to say thank you to everybody who watched the show tonight. I hope that it was a enjoyable content and everything else. And I want to give out there please. I'm actually going to break a little bit with K-Fed a little bit right now. Please send prayers for my family. I cannot go into details of what's going on, but please, prayers are right now is much needed for everything that I'm going through and everything else. And yeah, sorry, but it's been very tough today for me, and doing this show been very helpful. It helped me at least get my mind distracted today. So thank you, boys, for coming on and making this show great.
Well, I want to thank everybody for helping us to get through season 1 to get to season 2. So keep sticking with us. I know James Black said it. You've got busy schedules, but please just keep up with us. If you got friends and family who are into wrestling and all that, please send them our way. This is where you need to be. This is where you will get heard. And it doesn't matter what you say or think, because that's what this is about. So let's hope that we can have a couple more seasons going on.
Paul, any words you have to say?
Yeah, I really wasn't a part of season 1 like I should have been. But it is what it is. Season 2 is here. Season 2 is going to be loud. Season 2 is going to be season 2 is going to be a banger, okay? So the people who were sticking with us from season 1, keep on sticking with us. People who are new, keep on sticking with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube, and please keep supporting our channel.
As always, James Black, Biohazard, and Paul. Have a good night, everybody, and make sure you don't take any crap from anybody. Peace out.
Peace.